click this PC, local disk C, MAMP, htdocs, demo.com. Select the folder, and now we have our CSS folder and our image folder right there. And if we type HTML, no, that's my incorrection. I'm going to hit Control N, and we're going to hit Control S. We're going to type in index.html, but we're not going to save yet because you see where we're at here. We're in the CSS folder, so we want to click HTML and click desktop because we're not going to save it on the desktop. We're going to click this PC, local disk C, MAMP, htdocs, demo.com. Now hit save. Okay. So what we did was we saved it in here, and now what we're going to do from now on is we're just going to right click here and make a new file, make a new folder, that kind of thing. So let's do that. In the CSS folder, if you right click on the CSS folder, click new file, hit Control S, type in main.css, and make sure when you're up here that you're checking the directories. So it's MAMP, htdocs, demo.com, CSS. Okay? So there's main.css, so we're going to save that. And that's good. Okay, and we're good to go. So, one more thing I'm going to do is we're going to type in HTML. We're going to hit Tab. Okay, and then we're going to do our spacing. So we're going to go like that, and that's fine there. And we're going to comment this out. So this is going to be title of the page. Okay. And so we're going to give it a title. So it's going to be called Demo. I'm going to hit Shift, and if you look at where the delete key is on your keyboard, to the left of that is like a pipe character. Hit that, and then we're going to type in Home. Okay. Now one more thing I want to do is I want to set up the CSS before we go to the next video. So we're going to do left bracket, link, enter. And then we're going to type in CSS / main.css. We're going to hit Control S to save that. We're going to open up main.css. Excuse me. And we're going to type in body, left curly brace, return, font size 50 pixels. Actually, no. Background color. Background black. Okay. Save that, go back to index.html, open in the browser, and if we go here and return and refresh, localhost / demo.com, you'll see that the background is black and our CSS is linked. Okay, so minimize that. Let's go here and we're going to delete all this. And in the next video, we're going to structure and build the structure for the home page. I'll see you there. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to build the home page. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top. We're going to build out a navigation. Then we're going to add an image and add some content. So let's do that. So let's comment out our navigation first. This is the navigation. Okay, let's do left bracket, nav, right bracket, left bracket, backslash. There it is. Turn a couple times, and we're going to do img id equals logo. We're going to give it a source equal to http 4jmedia.co/lecture/logo/logo.png. Okay, then we're going to do alt logo. Whoops, that's a line. I want alt. There we go. Alt logo. Okay, then we're going to do an anchor tag. Anchor class equals active. So that's that pseudo class that we were talking about earlier. href index.html, and we're going to do home, and let's make sure we close the anchor tag. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to copy this, but when I do that, I have to make sure that I get rid of the active class, because the next links that we create are not going to be active. So this is going to be services.html. We can double click that, copy it, paste it here, and then just change the S. We'll hit end, return twice, whoop, and let's paste that in, and we're going to do portfolio, lowercase, portfolio, and then let's delete this, and we're going to type in portfolio, okay, and we'll hit end, and let's copy this, and then we're going to return twice, paste that in, hit about, okay, go back a little bit, and about, paste that again, and this time we'll do contact. Okay. And so we have the navigation built. So let's right click and we're going to inspect this. And there you go. So we have the logo, the home, services, portfolio, about, contact. But we actually want to do it here. Okay, good. So that didn't work. I don't know why, but I'm going to copy this and let me just see why that's not working. Unless my site is down. Let me just take a look here real quick. Yeah, it works. Okay, so let's that's really weird. It's not working. That's okay. All right, so for now, we'll just leave that be. We're going to fix this in a little bit. So let's build the section. Pause 1 second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build the section for the slideshow. So we're going to make a section, turn 3 times, go to line 32, type in image ID slideshow. Okay, and then we're going to give it a source of our friends over at placeholder.com. And it's actually going to be via, so VIA, placeholder.com/1920 by 540. Okay, let's save that. Right click, let's go back in the browser, and there's our image. Beautiful. Now another thing we need to do is we need to add the normalize, and we need to comment this out. So let's make a correction on that. So we're going to call this main CSS, and then below that I want to do normalize CSS. Okay, now you're probably wondering what is normalize. Well, I'm going to show you. So we're going to copy this. We're going to right click, we're going to copy, and we're going to go into here. There we go. Let's go to a new tab and paste that in. And we're going to grab, we need to add CDN to that. So CDN, there it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on normalize cdnjs.com. And what this is this will add some CSS that we need to add for formatting. So let me just show you real quick. So we're going to add a link, hit enter, and then we're going to paste in the code with Control V, which is the link to normalize. So let's open in the browser, and now you see how everything is pushed up against the left side of the page and the top left. So the logo is up here, and then that's there. So what I'm going to do, since my logo didn't work, which is weird, let me go in here. I'm going to grab this, and I'll make this available in the resources section. I'm going to download this, and we're going to call it, oh, I already got it there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll add this to the resources area, and you'll be able to grab it from there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the logo. Where's the logo right here? Okay, so I'm going to grab the logo. I'm going to hit Window key E. I'm going to go into this PC, local C drive, MAMP, htdocs, demo.com, image. I'm going to paste in my logo. Okay, and then I'm going to link this on our page. Okay, so instead of this, it's going to be image/logo.png. Okay, we're going to save that, right click, open in the browser, refresh. What? Okay, wait a minute. What? Okay, it doesn't work. I don't know why. That's okay. For now, we're going to leave that, and I'll find the problem with it, and then we'll make a correction. So for right now, we'll leave that as is. That's really strange. Okay, so now that we've added the slideshow, what we're going to do is we're going to add another section, and we're going to give this an ID of paragraph. Okay, and then we're going to close that section, return 3 times, go to line 42, save it, go to Chrome, and we're going to type in a new tab with a Control T, lorem ipsum. And we're going to grab this here, and I want to grab all this. Okay, so we're just going to grab this. I'm going to right click, copy. We're going to go back into Sublime. And let's see, there we go. And we're going to make a p tag here, okay? Paste that in. I'm going to add a break, so we'll do 2 breaks. Another p tag. Let's tab in a couple times. Paste that. Okay. Okay, we'll paste that in. So we'll have 3 paragraphs. I'll right click, we'll open in the browser. There you go. So we have all 3 in the browser there. Then we're going to add the footer, and then we'll be done with this section. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create a footer with the footer tag. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to return one more time, go to line 61. We're going to type in P. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to give an ID of footer text, and then we're going to close the p tag. There we go. And we're going to do copyright and copy semicolon demo 2018. Okay, I'm going to right click, open that in the browser, and you can see the copyright with the copyright logo right there, and that's our home page. So in the next video, we're going to build the services page in HTML. All right, I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to build out the services page. So the first thing I want to do is I want to select all the code from the index.html page with Control A. Control C is going to copy that content, and then we're going to right click on demo.html and we're going to click New File. We're going to hit Control S. We're going to type out services.html. We're going to paste in that code, and we're going to start from the top, and we're going to change the title to services, and then we're going to eliminate the class active from index.html, and we're going to add that to the services area. Okay, so let's save that. I think the paragraphs are okay. And the image we're going to change the size of. We're going to keep everything else the same. And we're going to change it to services slideshow or slide. Okay, and we're going to change the aspect ratio from 1920 by 540 to 1200 by 300. Okay, so let's right click, open that in the browser, and there you go. You can see the services page. Okay. Now I want to give this a H1 so we can identify what page we're on. Okay. So let's comment this out. Page name, and we're going to give it an H1 with an ID of page title. Okay, and then we're going to close that H1 and we're going to call it services. Okay, and then let's right click and open that, and there you go. So we got services and then the content, and then we're going to add H1s here. There we go. All right, so let's do this. Let's do H1 plan A, and we're going to give it a couple breaks. So we'll add 2 breaks in there. Okay, and I'm going to copy this with Control C, and we're going to do the same thing here and the same thing here. Okay, so we'll call this plan C, and this will be plan B. Okay, we'll right click, open in the browser, and there you go. We got plan A, plan B, and plan C with services. And then we want to add the footer in there too, which is already there. So we don't need to add anything. So that's all we have for this video. I'll see you in the next video where we're going to build out the portfolio page. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to build out the portfolio page. All right, so let's go into Sublime. And we're going to Control A, Control C to copy, and right click on demo.com, click new file, Control V to paste, Control S to save, and we're going to call this portfolio.html. Okay, let's go to the top of the page, and we're going to type in portfolio. Okay, and then page title, we're going to give it the same, and we're going to change that to portfolio. Sorry about that. And then we're going to change the class active from services to portfolio. Save that. And then we're going to change the then we're going to create a section for the, we're going to delete all this because we don't need any of this. Okay, so we're going to create a section. So let's give it a section with an ID of project 1. Okay, we're going to close that section. Return a couple more times. There you go. And then we're going to give it an image with an ID of project 1 IMG. We'll do image. And then a source of HTTP place hold.it/700 by 300. Okay. And then we're going to give it a div ID project 1. Okay. And then we're going to do an H1 with project 1, and then we're going to do a p tag with a class of project 1/p, and let's grab some lorem ipsum. So what we're going to do, let's return twice, and actually 3 times, and I want you to go to services and grab the lorem ipsum here that we used. Right click, hit copy, paste that in here. And then after the p tag, we're going to add an anchor tag with a class of project 1 button with an href of hashtag, which means it's a dead link, and then we're going to do view project. Okay, we'll Control S to save that. Let's right click and look at it, open in the browser. There you go. So there's project 1. So you got your image, project 1, the text, and the view project. Now what we're going to do is we're going to copy all this section with the ID of project 1. We're going to copy all that. We're going to return. And what we're going to do is wherever you see 1, I want you to hold Control and click. right behind it. Okay, so what that's going to do is the cursor is going to select all those items. We're going to hit delete, type in 2. Okay, we'll hit Control S to save. Now if you just click off anywhere in the open space, it'll turn that off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select the section again, and we're going to paste this below it. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to put the cursor behind the 2, and now we're going to hold Control. Whoop, I messed it up. Let's try that again. Here we go. Concentrate, focus. Okay, there we go. We'll delete, type in 3, Control S, right click, save in the browser. Bango, there it is. So we got portfolio, project 1, project 1, project 1. Let's go back. We're going to change this to project 2 and project 3. Okay. Open in the browser. There you go. So now we have the home, services, and the portfolio pages built. And in the next video, we're going to build out the about page. I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to build the about page. So what I want to do is Control A to select all from the portfolio.html page. Control C to copy. We're going to right click on demo.com, click new file, Control S to save. We're going to type in about.html, hit enter, and then we're going to Control V to paste that in, and we're going to start from the top to the bottom. So let's edit the title of the page. So let's do about. We'll go to the navigation. We'll change the class active from portfolio to about. Okay, and we're going to change this to about. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the name of this from project 1 to about dash image. We're going to change this resolution. So it's going to be 750 by 550. Save that. And then project 1, that's good. And this is going to be about our business. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to give this a class of about-p, and we're going to do a whole bunch of breaks. So we're going to grab this, we're going to copy that with Control C, we're going to return twice, give it 2 breaks, paste that in, do the same thing again. Whoop. And what we're going to do is we're just going to copy now. So I'm going to copy the 2 breaks and the paragraph tag, and we're going to copy this and paste it in for a total of 4 paragraphs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to right click, open in the browser. There's the about page, there's that, and then about our business. The rest of this we can delete. So we don't need the this, we don't need that. We can keep the section there, but we need to delete all this all the way down to footer. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to right click, open that in the browser, and that's all I have for this page. So in the next video, we're going to build out the contact page. I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to build out the contact page. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to follow the similar steps that we've done in the other videos, and we're going to copy from the about page. We're going to Control A, Control C to copy, and then we're going to hit Control N to open a new file, Control S to save, and we're going to type in contact.html. Hit enter, Control V to paste in the code, Control S to save to make sure that we have it saved, and then we're going to start from the top and edit our way down. So we're going to do contact. We're going to move over the class active from about to contact. We're going to change the name of the title of the page to contact, and then do contact our business, and then let's open it in the browser, take a look. And so you see we're on the contact.html page. We have a contact for the title. We're going to get rid of this image here. So let's do that right now. Okay. let's open in the browser. Okay, and then we're going to delete just the p tag here. So hit delete. Open in the browser. There you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build out a form. So let me look here. All right, so let's go into our code here. And what I want to do is let's actually delete this entire section. Because we don't need this, we're going to add a form to the page, and so we don't need section and all that. We're just going to do form. Okay, so let's tab in, and we're going to comment this out. Start of contact form. Okay, and then we're going to type in form, hit enter, return 3 times, go to line 41, and we're going to type in label full name colon. Save that. Right above this, we're going to type in, we'll comment this out, label full name. That way we know what it is. Then we're going to highlight both lines, return twice, paste that, and we're going to do phone number. So we'll change it here first in the comments. Then we'll copy it and we'll paste it in here. And then we're going to do that again for email address. So we're going to do email address. Okay, and then email address. So let's do it there. All right, now let's highlight that, return twice. And we're going to do message, label message. Okay. And we're going to do message for the label as well. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top under label full name and return twice, and we're going to comment this out first, full name input. And then we're going to do an input tag. So we're going to type in input type equals text. And that should be it. Let's take a look at this. Let's right click and open in the browser. And there you go. We have full name. That looks good. So we're going to Alt Tab will take you back if you just like that. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to return twice after phone number. Paste it in, and we're going to do phone number input. So we'll just paste it in there. And I believe it should be the same. So let's right click, open in the browser. And so we have full name, phone number. We're going to do the same with email address. And then we're going to change it for, let's go to email address, return twice. So we're going to do email address input. Okay. Open in the browser, so we got full name, phone number, email address. And if we go back for the final, for this one, it's actually going to be a different type. So let's return twice after message. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in message input. And we're going to do input type. Actually, we're not going to do input type. We're going to delete input. We're going to do text area. So let's do text area rows equal 10. Columns equal 100, and we'll close it with that. Okay, so now let's right click and open this in the browser, and now we have full name, phone number, email address, message. Okay, so let's go back, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually we're going to do a break in between each one. So after full name input, let's do a break. Let's right click, open in the browser, and now you see full name is right here. So what I'm going to do, and remember to save every time. Okay, so we're going to copy the break. So let's highlight it, Control C to copy, and we're going to go below phone number input. We're going to return twice, Control V, and then Control S. We're going to go below email input, Control V, Control S, and let's right click and open in the browser, and now it looks more like a contact form. Okay, now the only thing we're missing here is a button. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a break below the message input, and then we're going to return twice, and we're going to comment this out, submit button. Okay, and then we're going to type in button type equals submit, and that's it. And then we're going to type in send message and close that button tag, and then we're going to right click, and there you go. So we have our contact form. So we got contact, full name, phone number, email address, message, and send message. Now it's not going to go anywhere, and that's okay. So in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to style the entire website. So you see here how we have all these pages and the text is all over the place, and the logo is not showing up. No problem. We're going to fix all that in the next video. So I'll see you there. Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to style the home page, and we're going to fix our logo problem. So we're going to do this on every page. So I'm going to click the X on each of the pages above here, even the index page, and I want to open one by one and fix the logo issue. So we're going to open up the index.html. I'm going to delete the image completely. Okay, and we're going to do image, and it will autofill if you hit enter. And we're going to type in img/logo.png. Okay, we'll right click, we'll open it in the browser, and you can see that the image is right here. It's hard to see because it's a white background and it's transparent with a white border. So you aren't going to completely see it, and that's okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to give it an ID of logo. And we're going to right click, open in the browser, and there it is. So whatever we had typed in before, it was interfering with what we had, even though this is the same exact code. And so we're just going to copy this. Okay, let's go to the services page. Just copy this in. Okay, go to portfolio, copy it in. About, copy it in, and contact. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close all these. So contact, about, portfolio, and services we're going to close, and now we're going to work on this one. So let's right click, open it in the browser. Okay, so you see here what we have. I have an image here, I have the navigation, I have the logo here, and then some paragraphs and the footer. So we're going to style the navigation, the footer, and these 3 paragraphs. Okay, so let's get started on that. So if we go into our CSS, we're going to go to CSS, main.css, okay? And the first thing I want to do is I want to actually give the body of the page a font family of Roboto. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to comment out the next section, which is navigation. Okay? and we're going to do nav, curly braces, and then hit enter, background, hashtag 021428. Okay, then we're going to do a width of 1903 pixels. And we're going to do a height of 70 pixels. Okay? Now, what you'll see here, once we save and go back to index and right click and open in the browser, is our page is starting to take shape here. We got the logo popping up and the anchor tags are purple. Okay, so let's continue. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to style the anchor tag. So we're going to do line height 4, color white, font weight bolder, text decoration none, margin left 20 pixels. Okay, and then let's do a hover. So we're going to do our pseudo selector, anchor colon hover, and we're going to give it a color of yellow. Okay, and then active state, we're going to do anchor colon active. The color will be lime. Whoop, I didn't type in the color, I just typed in lime. There we go. And then we're going to do a.active. One of these we're going to have to delete. Let's see here. Color lime. So the reason I'm doing this is I want to show you a couple different ways to do it for the active state. So you'll see here that we have a class called active. Okay, so we don't need this. You can go that route, but I recommend doing the class because we actually have that in the code in every section. Every page we have class equals active for that page. So for about, it's class equals active about.html. And when you click on that, in fact, let's take a look at that real quick. See, at the home page, it's lime. When we go to about, it's lime. When we go to contact, it's lime. When we go to portfolio, it's lime. So you can tell which page we're on based on this hovering state. The hovering state will show you what your selection is, and the active state will show you where you are. Okay, so that looks really nice. Okay, so let's edit the logo now. So we're going to do image hashtag logo. So the hashtag is a ID. So we're going to do margin left 402 pixels. We're going to do a margin right 20 pixels, and we're going to do a margin top 14 pixels. Okay, so we got all that, and we're going to give the let me check something here. Let's open in the browser. Okay, so we got to adjust the position on the navigation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the main CSS. We're going to go to the anchor tag here, and we're going to add a couple more properties. So position, relative, top, negative 13 pixels, left 40 pixels. Okay, we'll save that. We'll go to index.html, open in the browser, and now voila, our navigation is beautiful and it looks fantastic. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the slideshow, and we're just going to add a border at the bottom and give it a couple other properties, but we're going to comment this out so we know which section it is. So we're going to call this slideshow. Okay, hashtag, or we're going to do image hashtag slideshow curly brace, and we're going to do border bottom 10 pixels solid, and then a color of 021428, and then a width of 1903 pixels. Okay, let's go to the index. Let's open in the browser. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Now I'm going to I'm going to do the footer first, and then we're going to fiddle with the paragraphs. Okay, so let's go here, and I'm going to do this. We're going to turn twice, and let's do footer. Okay, and we'll do that, and we're going to do footer, margin top, 200 pixels, background, hashtag 021428, width 100%, height 215 pixels, color white. Okay, and then we're going to do P hashtag footer text. Okay, and we're going to do line height 13, and we're going to do text align center. Okay, so we'll save that. We'll go to index.html. Yep, it's there. We're going to right click, open in the browser. Beautiful. So now we have Copyright Demo 2018. So looks nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fix up the paragraph a little bit, not too much. Okay? Hold on one second. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we're going to style the paragraphs here. So let's go into our code. And did we give it an ID? Let's see. Okay, the section is paragraph. So I'm going to show you how to use the inspector on Google Chrome. And let me just do that so we're just in one tab. Okay, so let's right click, let's click inspect. Now if you click this little button right here, this is the select an element on the page to inspect it. Okay, so if we were to click here, it's going to show the paragraph. The other thing you can do, which is an easier trick, is do section ID right there. And what we can do is we can type in the property here, and we can do margin left 20 pixels. Okay. And let's do 100. Let's try text align center. Nope, that didn't do it. Okay, so let's do margin left 100 pixels. Okay, margin right 100 pixels. Margin top 100 pixels. So there's an easier way to do this. If I just right click and reload, we could just do this. We could do margin. It'll let me click in here. There we go. Margin 100 pixels. What that'll do is it'll kick it all the way around. So the margin is margin top 100 pixels left, right, and bottom. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to select this, Control C to copy, or you can right click and copy. Okay, we're going to go back into our code, and we're going to go to our CSS, and let's do right above the footer, we're going to do home page content. Oh, there we go. Okay, and we'll paste that in right here, and we'll right click on the index.html, and that's exactly how we wanted it. So that's it for the home page. So in the next video, we're going to style the services page. So I'll see you there. Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to style the services page. But before we get started with that, I want to make a few adjustments on the services page itself. So you'll see here we have section ID equals paragraph. So I want to change this to services dash paragraph. The reason for that is I want to give it a different property than what we have on the main page. And if we keep those the same, it's going to give it the same styling. Okay, so what we're going to style first here, let's right click and open in the browser, and I'm going to show you. We're going to edit the services title page first. Then we're going to do the image, then we're going to do the paragraph. Okay, so let's go into our CSS. We're going to return twice, and we're going to comment out this line. We're going to do services page. Okay, and then we're going to return again, and I'm going to type in h1 hashtag or ID page dash title curly brace margin left 400 pixels. Okay, then we're going to do color hashtag 021428. Okay, we'll save that. Let's go back, right click and open in browser, and you'll see that the services is lined up with the logo. Now, if you go to the portfolio page, it's the same. If you go to the about page, it's the same. If you go to the contact page, it's the same, because these all have the same class. Okay, you see here, we gave it an ID of page title. They all have that page title ID. So we went to portfolio, and it has the same ID. So it's going to put that style, wherever it sees this ID, it's going to instantly display that property or that style on the page. So that's fantastic. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the image. So we're going to do image hashtag or ID services dash slide. Okay, curly brace. Let's do margin left. We're going to do 401 pixels and a width of 67%. Okay, we'll save that. Let's go to services.html, right click and open in the browser, and now it's lined up with the services title. Okay, so it looks really nice. Now we're going to edit the final part of this, which is the paragraph. So let's go back and we're going to do this. So let's go to, we're going to type in section hashtag or ID services paragraph. Okay, curly brace, margin 100 pixels, margin left 400 pixels. Okay, we'll save that. Let's go here, right click, open in the browser, and there you go. So we have plan A, plan B, and plan C. And that is all I have for this video. Now in the next video, we're going to style the portfolio page. So I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to style the portfolio page. All right, so let's get to it. So let's go into our page here. I have the portfolio page open, and I just want to double check everything. That looks good. Okay, so let's go. We're going to close services.html. We don't need that open. Let's go to main.css. Return twice. Comment this out. We're going to do portfolio page. Okay, we'll close that, return twice, save it. We're going to do image, hashtag or ID, project, 1-image, curly brace, margin left, 401 pixels. Okay, so let's go to the portfolio.html, open in the browser, and now you see it's lined up. Beautiful. So let's go back. And now what we're going to do is we're going to, let's do the div ID project 1. Okay, curly brace, we're going to do margin left, 1201 pixels, position, absolute, top, 121 pixels, left, 0 pixels, and a width of 466 pixels. Okay, we'll go back to portfolio, right click, open in the browser, and now you see that we have project 1 is lined up and there's a button that you can't see. Beautiful. Now let's go back again, and we're going to go to Now we're going to style the button. Okay, so let's go to return again, and we're going to do anchor.project 1 dash button curly brace, width 100 pixels, height 60 pixels, background hashtag C51A1A. Okay, then we're going to do padding 20 pixels, position relative. We're going to do top 4 pixels, left negative 21 pixels. Okay, so let's go back to portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser, and now we have our layout. Okay, so now what we need to do is we're going to add to this. So I'm going to copy this right here. We're going to type in a comma, space, paste that in, and we're going to change this to project 2 image. Okay, let's go to portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser, and you'll see that this is right next to it, right? And it should be okay, and we're going to do one more thing here. Let's see, that's fine there. Below here we're going to do let's do section ID project 2. Okay, and we're going to do margin top 50 pixels. Okay, nice. Okay, we'll open that in the browser. Nice, beautiful. Okay, so like I said, I'm using Alt-Tab to go back and forth, but you can also just click here and then do that as well. Okay, so let's go back to the CSS. And so we have that set. I also want to change this. I want to add project 2 to this. So we're going to do comma, space, and we're going to type in 2 instead of 1, or add that I should say. Same here, we're going to copy that with Control C, hit a comma, space bar, and then we're going to change project 1 to 2. Now let's go to portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser, and I see everything but this. And the reason that is the position. So we're going to have to change that part. Actually, we shouldn't have to. Let me just see something. Yep, it didn't work. Okay, that's no problem. Okay, so let me just double check something here real quick. Project 2 dash button. Project 2 dash button. Okay, project 3 dash button. Okay. So with that, we're going to give this, we're going to give it its own properties. Because, like I say, for some reason it doesn't want to work. So that's okay. So let's just do that. We'll do a curly brace. We'll do that right there. I'll grab all this, paste it in here. Okay, then we're going to open the portfolio.html. And where are you at? I'm going to inspect. And I'm going to go to section project 2, and we're going to grab this, and it should be right here. So based on that, let's scroll up a little bit. Okay, so you see where it is. It's identical to project 1, and that's what the problem is. So we're going to do top 400. Actually, let's do negative 40. $375. Oh, that's close. Let's do about right. And see, I like to use this as a ruler. That's pretty darn close. We'll go with that. We'll do 350. Let's see how that looks. Okay, it is going to be 348. go up just a little bit more. I'd say that's right on. Beautiful. Okay, so let's select this. We're going to right click and copy all that. Go back into our CSS. Okay. We'll go right here. We'll grab right here and just paste over that. Control S to save. Go back to portfolio.html. Right click, open in the browser. And now we have this part where we want it. This is being copied because it's in the same position. So you see project 1 and 2 are combined. The lorem ipsum is in the same area as well. So we need to move both of those down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out of here and we're going to make their own. For some reason the image was fine because it was only a margin left, but these are all messed up because of the top left and that. So let's just do this. Let's delete the comma. Okay, I'll right click here. We'll not right click. We'll grab this. Okay, I'm going to Control S to copy that. And we're going to go here. And what I want to do is I want to put project 2 below so that it keeps them separated. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'll save that. Let's do this. And we're going to do that. And then based on the button, I'm going to give it a top of, let's do 300. We're going to guess and then we're going to adjust. Okay. So now let's go into portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser. And that's not even close. Okay, so let's do this. Here we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Project from div project 2 and button and section. Section 2 you can keep, but delete this stuff. Okay, delete both of those. Okay, and then this is okay, image 1 and image 2. And we're going to actually add image 3 in here as well. Okay, I'm going to show you the easy way to do this now. Alright, so we're going to grab these two right here. We're going to copy those, return twice, and let's click here, hold Control, click there, delete that, and type in 2, Control S to save, go to portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser, and you'll see that it's right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to inspect, and we're going to inspect the, not the section, but the actual div. So this div right here, if we change the position of this, it's going to move both. Actually, all 3 elements it will move. Okay? And that's what I wasn't doing before. So let's do 400 pixels. Actually, let's do 600. Okay, and then we'll move up from there. So 600 doesn't work, then we'll do 500. Okay, I would say 450 would work. Okay, that's close. Now, yeah, that's pretty good. Now, one way to try to like line it up is if you scroll up, you can use this top part as a ruler to line it up. And the same goes true for this part as well. Like if you wanted to line up the image, we can move the image down and it would be lined up there. So this looks nice. So we're going to go with that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to right click, click copy, go in here, and we're going to go to our main.css. And let's change this. Okay, let's right click in portfolio.html. Beautiful. Now, let's fix the last part and then we're done with this page. So let's go in here, let's go to right here, and what we're going to do, I do want to see one thing first. Okay, good, that's lined up, so we just need to bump down the third section. So let's go to main.css, and you see right here how they have this. We're going to copy this. Okay, I'll put it right there, and I'm going to call this 3. Okay, and let's go back to our browser. And there you go. So we have the spacing that we want. Now if we need more spacing, we can just add, and I think we should add 50 pixels to each section. So let's do 100 here, okay, and then 100 here. Okay, well, let's go to portfolio.html, right click, open in the browser. That looks nice, and I'm going to move down project 2. Because again, I want this to be lined up. I want the title to be lined up with the top of the image. And if the button hangs over, that's okay. Okay, so let's right click inspect. We're going to go to section 2, project 2. We're going to do div, and we're going to bump this down quite a bit. So let's line it up. It's right there. Okay, and we're going to do, what I'm doing is I'm scrubbing. I'm using my roller. And if you scroll up and down, you can do that, or you can use the arrow key. Okay, so like that, right there. So we're going to do 528. Okay, I'm going to copy that. We're going to go to line 92 on our CSS. See, it shows you right here. Go to line 92. So line 92, right there. Beautiful. Paste that in. Save it. Go back. Let's right click, open in the browser. Project 1 is good. Project 2 is good. We just need to fix this and we're all done. Okay, so let's go back and we're going to do the same thing for section 3. So we have, so let's grab these two right here. We're going to grab div project 2, anchor project 2 button, and we're going to paste that right down here. Okay, and we're going to change the numbers, so let's hold control, delete 2, and add 3. Save that, and what we're going to do is we're going to add, let's do 1028. I'm just guessing, but I believe that that'll be close, and then we can just make adjustments from there. Alright, so let's go to portfolio.html, open in the browser, and you see we're a little off, but we're not that off. You know, I would say it's better to be that far off than have it linking with the other ones and then you're getting confused. So if we do this and we hit the down button, it'll actually bump it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my ruler here. That looks pretty good. So let's grab this right here. We're going to copy this, right click. So highlight it, right click, copy, and we're going to go to main.css line 120 and replace that. Okay, so right here, line 120, grab all that, paste that in. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do before we go, I'm going to kind of organize this a little bit. So we have image project 1, 2, and 3. I think that's the only one that's combined. All the other ones are separate. So we'll do project 1, button 1, project 2, button 2, project 2, section 3. Okay, so we're pretty much organized, but I want to bring this up. I want to bring this up here. Right here. Okay, so now we have project 1, button 1, project 2, div 2, project button 2. Okay, and then project 3, project 3, project 3. Okay, so it's just more organized. Alright, so with that being said, in the next video, we're going to style the About page. So this page right here is the next one that's up, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to style the About page. So let's right click, let's double click the About page and open that up. Right click, open in the browser. Okay, and you see here the image is on the left and the paragraph is going down to the footer. So the first thing I want to fix is I want to delete this paragraph right here, and I want to go and delete up to about here it has survived. So let's go into the HTML first. We're going to delete this paragraph with the break, and we're going to go all the way up to here. It has survived not only 5 centuries. Hit delete. Control S to save. Let's go into the CSS now. And before we do that, let me just find out what this is. So we're going to do image ID about image. Okay, so let's do, so we're going to comment this out first. About page. Okay, and we're going to do image ID about dash image. Okay, we'll do margin left 402 pixels. We're going to Control S to save that. Right, go into about.html, right click, open in the browser, and now we have the about page done. So that's all we wanted to do for this page. All we needed to do is line it up, push the margin 402 to the right, or actually to the left, and from the left, push it to the right, and line it up with the about page name, and then we lined this up and we guesstimated this, like we could go one more paragraph, but I think it looks cleaner this way, and this looks very nice. So in the next video we're going to style the contact page. Alright, I'll see you there. Alright, welcome back. So in this video we're going to style the contact page. This is what I want it to look like, and currently this is what it looks like. So we want to work towards this. Okay, something similar to that. Now we're not going to have this information over here, but this styling is what I'm looking for. So let's go into our HTML, and we're going to close out about.html, and we're going to open up contact.html. And what I want to do is I want to go into the HTML here, and where it says input type, we're going to add an ID. Actually, no, we're going to add a class. Okay, so let's add a class. It's equal to form-control. Okay, and we're going to add this to every input. Okay, so let's put that here. Put that here. Let's put that here. And with this, the button, we're going to give it a Bootstrap class because I want to get you ready for Bootstrap. So we're going to do button primary. Okay, we'll save that. So this is a Bootstrap class right here. So what we're going to do, now that we have that done, let's go to the CSS, return twice, comment this out, contact page. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the return twice. We're going to type in form, margin left, 402 pixels. Okay, we'll save that. Go to contact.html, right click, open in the browser, and now you see it's lined up with where it should be, right? Now what we're going to do, let's close that, and let's go back to Sublime. Let's go into our CSS, and now we're going to add some more. So we're going to do class form control, okay, and we're going to do display block width 40%, padding 0.375 rem, 0.75 rem. Okay, then we're going to do font size 1 rem, line height 1.5, color hashtag 495057. Okay, and we're going to do background color. Okay, and we're going to do hashtag FFF, which is white. Background clip is going to be padding box. Okay, we're going to do border 1 pixel solid hashtag CED4DA. We're also going to do border radius 0.25 rem. Okay, and then we're going to do transition border dash color 0.15 seconds, ease in out box shadow 0.15 seconds, ease in out, and then close that. Okay, so let's go to contact.html, right click, open in the browser, and now you see we have a clean interface. Okay, it's nice and clean, easy to see. Now we need to style this, the button. So let's go back to Sublime, and we're going to type in class let's try that again. We're going to type in class button primary, okay, color, let's just do white, and let's do background color blue, border color blue. We'll make an adjustment, but let's just see how that looks. So let's go to contact.html, open in the browser, and there you go. So that's kind of a high bright blue, so we're going to change that to hashtag 007 BFF. Okay, and then we're going to copy this and paste it down here as well. Okay, now we're going to do a button primary hover, which is our pseudo selector. Button primary hover color white, background color now we're going to do blue, border color blue. Save that. Let's go into contact.html, right click, open in the browser, and there you go. Now we're going to add one more style to this because I don't like how this is so small. So let's go into our CSS and let's give it padding. Let's do padding 20 pixels. And let's right click on contact. No, I don't like that. I'm going to delete that, and we're going to add another class at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to do .btn, and we're going to do display inline block, font weight 400, text aligned center. Let's do white space, no wrap, vertical align middle. We're going to do user select none, border 1 pixel solid transparent, not transition, transparent. Okay, and we're going to do padding 0.375 rem, 0.75 rem. Okay, font size is going to be 1 rem. Line height 1.5. And border radius and all that is right here. So we're going to grab, let's see, from, okay, these two. We're going to copy these and paste them down here. Okay, and then let's go to contact.html, right click, open in the browser, and voila, we have a beautiful button, and it's clean and easy to use. Okay, so that is the completion of this section of the course, which is your website project. So in the next video, we're going to get started on Bootstrap. I'm going to show you how to build a Bootstrap website, and then we're going to style it again, just like we did here. And you can see, I just want to say one thing here. you can see here, like we did 200 lines of code. Okay, that's a lot of code. Like it takes a long time to style stuff. Like you have to really sit there and like dissect every section of the website. It makes it fun because you can do a lot of things, and this is just an introduction, but practice, practice, practice. Keep practicing. Start building your own web pages and style them, you know. Use the techniques that I showed you, but go off the grid. Go to the website that I showed you with Mozilla Firefox, the developer section, and read their material and study that and do the repetitions and get excited about it and learn it, because that's how you're going to get better. I'm able to do this without any looking or anything because I literally would practice all the time. I used to go to the library 7 hours a day to study programming. When I decided to switch careers, I spent 7 hours at the library. All I was doing was this. Every day I was doing it. So if you do an hour a day and all you're doing is coding, you're going to get really good at it. If you do it for 7 hours a day, you're going to be really good, really fast. If you do more than that, you may be better than me. So it's all good, and I just want to encourage you to keep doing the repetition, because the more you practice, the more you work with the pseudo tags and the classes and the IDs and the elements, the more you work with that, the easier it's going to be. And then when I bring up more content like SAS, when I'm trying to teach you SAS, it's going to be easier for you to understand SAS when you can style in CSS, because SAS is an even easier way to style web pages, because you can use variables, which is a step above this course, but again, you can get there, because all you need to know is the basics here, and once you do, then you can go to the next level. And so that's what I want to help you do. So in the next course, we're going to go and talk about Bootstrap. We're going to set everything up. We're going to build the home page, services page, portfolio page, about page, and contact. Then we're going to style all those. After that, I have another section, which is PHP, and we're going to learn the basics of PHP, and then we're going to convert our Bootstrap website to PHP so that you can move it onto WordPress or Joomla or Drupal or whatever you want. And so with that in mind, I'll see you in the next video where we're going to start learning Bootstrap. I'll see you there.